Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. I begin with the name of Allah, the most kind, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. By the grace of Almighty Allah, hope you are fine. I am Dr. Saima Naz, and in this lecture we are going to discuss the second part of the continuous topic, disorders of purine and pyrimidine metabolism. I welcome all of you in this lecture with the prayer Rabbi Zidni Ilma. Purine and pyrimidine metabolism. Before going to detail of the topic of the pyrimidine metabolism, in last lecture we have discussed about the synthesis and the regulations of purine metabolism and a few about diseases related to the deficiency of or the disorders of purine metabolism. In this lecture we will discuss the degradation of pyrimidine nucleotides and the disorders related to the synthesis of pyrimidine nucleotides. First of all, we will have a little look and overview about both purine and pyrimidine metabolism. Purine and pyrimidine nucleotides are important constituents of RNA, DNA, nucleotides, sugars, and other high energy compounds, and act as a cofactor such as adenosine triphosphate, ATP, and nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, NAD, etc. Purine and pyrimidines are important constituents of RNA, DNA, nucleotide sugars. They act as a cofactor of various compounds like ATP and NAD. Both purine and pyrimidines may be synthesized through de novo pathways from ribose 5-phosphate and carbamyl phosphate respectively. Dear students, both pyrimidine and purines get synthesized by de novo pathway as well as the other pathway, which is salvage pathway, from which both purine and pyrimidines are synthesized. The nucleosides are guanosine, adenosine, cytidine, uridine, and thymidine are formed by the addition of ribose 1-phosphate to their respective purine bases like guanine and adenine. Without sugar, only the nucleotide bases, purines and pyrimidine bases without sugar and along with the phosphate group are known as nucleosides. But when we add ribose 1-phosphate to the respective purine bases like guanine and adenine, they become nucleotides, and nucleoside become nucleotide by the addition of sugar. Without sugar, the nucleotide is known as nucleoside. Nitrogenous bases such as adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, and uracil along with the phosphate groups are known as nucleosides. But when we add sugar, 5-carbon sugar like ribose 1-phosphate to their respective purine bases and pyrimidine bases along with the phosphate group, they are known as nucleotides. Phosphorylation of the nucleoside results in the monophosphate formation, diphosphate formation, and triphosphate nucleotide formation also occur. If phosphorylation occurs once or one group of phosphate added to the nucleotide, they become monophosphate. If two groups are added, they know as diphosphate. If three are added, they know as triphosphate nucleotides. Recycling and interconversion of the compounds occur through salvage pathway. We know that purine and pyrimidines are synthesized from the breakdown products of nucleotides, or intermediate products of nucleotides are again unite, and through salvage pathway they again unite, and by the chemical bond formation they again synthesize the fresh nucleotides. In turn, conserve the nucleotides and nucleosides and exert a negative feedback on de novo synthesis. Dear students, recycling and interconversion of the compounds occur through salvage pathway. In salvage pathway, what happens? Salvage pathway conserve the nucleotides and nucleosides and exert a negative feedback on de novo synthesis. In de novo synthesis, fresh nucleotides are prepared from the fresh molecules, fresh nitrogenous bases, fresh phosphate groups, and fresh sugar molecules. So when these fresh nucleotides get broken down after the use, definitely their broken down products are again utilized. So salvage pathway exerts a negative feedback on de novo synthesis pathway. The disorders of purine and pyrimidine metabolism exhibit a wide array of clinical symptoms, which include renal calculi, neurological problems, delayed physical and mental development, self-mutilation, hemolytic anemias, and immunodeficiencies. Both purine and pyrimidine disorders occur in various ways because these are genetic disorders. They appear in various ways, including neurological problems, delayed physical and mental retardation, hemolytic anemias, and immunodeficiencies in the form of various syndromes. In last lecture, we have discussed the regulation, synthesis, and disorders related to purine synthesis, and we have started the diseases that occur because of the disorders of purine. So now we are going to discuss a second disorder which is related to the synthesis of purine, is known as Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. The second disorder related to purine synthesis is Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. Lesch-Nyhan syndrome was first described in 1964 by Michael Lesch, who was a medical student, and William L. Nyhan, who was his teacher. So, on the basis of the discovery of both names of the both biochemist or the medical students and his teacher, this syndrome is named as Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. It is X-linked metabolic disorder since the structural genes for HGPRT is located on the X chromosome. The disorder which occur, this is a genetic disorder which occur because of the X-linked chromosomes, and the disorder that because of this genetic effect is because of the genes of HGPRT which are located on the X chromosomes. It affects only males and is characterized by excessive uric acid production and neurological disorders. As I have told you that it affects only males and it is characterized by excessive uric acid production and neurological disorders in the male. As you can see, Lesch-Nyhan syndrome is a rare genetic condition. It leads to the excessive uric acid release in the blood, and it causes the problems of kidneys, renal problem, as well as joints of the hand, feet, and various body bone joints. It can cause brain disorder as well as disorders of the various parts of the body and various, for example, nails and hairs, etc. Lesch-Nyhan syndrome is the main areas affected in Lesch-Nyhan syndrome are the neurological functioning, behavioral and cognitive abilities, and excess uric acid or hyperuricemia condition. Lesch-Nyhan syndrome causes behavioral disturbance, often seen later, are mainly characterized by the self-injuries, for example, eating of the nails and the hand biting, and the various behaviors like hand biting and head banging, etc. These are all genetic disorders, and these are the symptoms of Lesch-Nyhan syndrome that is related to the X-linked syndrome, and the gene that is responsible for this type of syndrome is occur on the X chromosome, and this disease is usually occur in males. It is a very rare disorder and it is X-linked disorder. It is inborn error occur because of the metabolism of purines, and as a result of this disorder there is a mental retardation, microcephaly and seizures, as well as spasticity and gout and chorioarthritis. These are the severe self-mutilation and biting of the mouth and the fingers also occur as a result of this disorder. You can see in this picture the various disorders because of the Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. Renal disorder, excess of the uric acid cause renal disorders, as well as joints in pains, biting of the lips, as well as biting of the nails, and mental disorders as well as seizures, etc. are all the symptoms of the Lesch-Nyhan rare syndrome. Abnormalities such as mental retardation, aggressive behavior, learning disability, or etc. are all also because of this syndrome. The patients of this disorder have an irresistible urge to bite their fingers and lips, often causing self-mutilation, etc. What are the biochemical bases of this syndrome, or what are the reasons of this syndrome? Dear students, during the synthesis of purine bases, HGPRT deficiencies impair the utilization of PRPP through salvage, and accumulated PRPP takes part in the purine biosynthesis by the de novo pathway, finally leading to hyperuricemia. The biochemical bases for neurological abnormalities are big enigma till date. Indeed, it is surprising that the deficiency of a single enzyme can cause such as abnormal behavioral changes. Few explanations are put forth in this regard. For example, neurological symptoms may be due to decreased availability of purines to the developing brain, which has a low capacity for de novo purine synthesis and hence depends on purine salvage pathway for the supply of purine nucleotides as they are required during their synthesis. What are the treatments of Lesch-Nyhan syndrome? Dear students, usually genetic disorders can be removed with very much difficulty, or scientists or the medical professionals are unable to reduce or unable to completely finish the syndrome related to genetic disorders or related to genes, but there are medicines or medication that is available that can reduce the intensity of this syndrome. For example, allopurinol is used to treat hyperuricemia, but it has no effect on the neurological manifestation in these patients. Allopurinol can be used for the treatment of hyperuricemia or then the uric acid condition, but it has no effect on the neurological manifestation in these patients. But allopurinol cannot remove the neurological disorders or the psychological effects as a result of this syndrome. Treatment for the neurobehavioral features are limited to behavioral therapy and providing protective physical device to pervert self-mutilation. So as when the matter of neurobehavioral features, or for example for the biting of the lips and the hands and nails, they are neuropsychological disorders. They can be limited by using behavioral therapy and providing protective physical devices to prevent the self-mutilation, etc. There are two different amino deficiencies in disorders associated with the degradation of purine nucleotides are known. The enzyme defects are adenosine deaminase and purine nucleoside phosphorylase involved in uric acid synthesis. So this immunodeficiency disease associated with the purine metabolism and this immunodeficiency disorder is related with the degradation of purine nucleotides, and the two main enzymes that are involved in this in causing this deficiency syndrome are related to adenosine deaminase and and purine nucleoside phosphorylase. These both enzymes involved in the uric acid synthesis. So excess of the uric acid is produced because of the dysfunctioning of these two enzymes. The deficiency of ADA causes SCID involved in T cell and usually B cell dysfunctioning. It is explained that ADA deficiency results in the accumulation of DATP, which is in turn act as an inhibitor of ribonucleotide reductases, and thus DNA synthesis replications are adversely affected. Different modes of treatment such as blood transfusions, bone marrow transplantation are tried to cure the disease, but with limited effects. But like in any other inborn error, the real hope for the future is only gene therapy. If scientists are able to perform the gene therapy, then these genetic disorders can be removed with very much success. In 1990s, a 5-year-old girl suffering from SCID was successfully cured by transfecting the ADA gene into the stem cells of the patient. It is believed that DGTP inhibits the development of normal T cells. This is considered as the landmark in the history of treating inborn errors of metabolism. The deficiency of purine nucleoside phosphorylase is associated with impairment of T cell functioning, but has no effect on beta cell functioning as well. The third disease which is related with the purine synthesis disorder is infantile autism. Recently, it was observed that the children suffering from infantile autism exhibited increased excretion of the uric acid, but surprisingly, the serum concentrations are within normal limits. As the name indicates, infantile, this is the disorder of the infants or the children under the age of 5, and the children suffering from infantile autism exhibit increased excretion of uric acid from their bodies with the urine, but also surprisingly the serum concentration are within normal limits in their bodies. Till now, the biochemical basis of the infantile autism are unknown. An oral dose of uridine is tried in the treatment for the infantile autism, but still there is no successful treatment or there is no successful technique that involved for the quick diagnosis of infantile autism in the early ages of the newborn kids. So an oral dose of uridine is tried in the treatment and still in the trial, but no successful medicine is still invented for the treatment of infantile autism. Child is unable to perceive gestalt of the mother and her or his vital functioning on the child's behalf. Child is unable to perceive gestalt of the mother and her vital functioning on the child's behalf is also not proper. In infantile autism, no distinctions between inner and outer world, and the baby cannot distinguish between the inner and outer world, and no distinctions between self and inanimate environment. Turning away from the outside world can be inborn or can be acquired defensive. In infantile autism, unaware of the primary caregiver as having a relation to self just as a part of environment. In infantile autism, it is pervasive development disorder which is characterized by the abnormal emotional, social and linguistic development in a child, And the symptoms of infantile autism include abnormal ways of relating to the people, objects, and situation. And in fact, or the newborn baby can be diagnosed with the infantile autism when we can see the symptoms in that baby, including abnormal ways of relating to people and abnormal ways of response to people, objects, and situations. It may result from organic brain dysfunctioning, in which case it occurs before 3 years of age and hardly under the 5 years of age. It is characterized by qualitative in this reciprocal social interaction and in communications, language, and social development of the children. It is very complex disorder, often baffling the developmental disability of the kids. It was described by Leo Kanner in 1943 as early infantile autism. Auto children are locked within themselves. Children are locked within themselves. For next 30 years considered to be an emotionally disturbing children. Dear students, that was all about the purine metabolism and disorders related to purine metabolism. Now let us start pyrimidine metabolism and its regulations. Dear students, synthesis of pyrimidine nucleotides occur by the de novo synthesis pathway as well as salvage pathways. In de novo synthesis of pyrimidine nucleotides refers to the formation of pyrimidines during structure followed by the addition of ribose phosphate. Whereas in salvage pathway, formation of pyrimidine nucleotides occur from pyrimidine bases. Dear students, in bacteria, aspartate transcarbamylase catalyzes a committed step in pyrimidine biosynthesis. And this aspartate transcarbamylase is a good example of an enzyme which is controlled by the feedback mechanism by the end product of CTP. Pyrimidine biosynthesis in bacteria is allosterically regulated at aspartate transcarbamylase or ATCase. E. coli or Escherichia coli ATCase or ATCase is feedback inhibited by the end product which is CTP. ATP, which can be viewed as a signal of both energy availability and purine sufficiency, is an allosteric activator of ATCase. CTP and ATP compete for common allosteric site on the enzyme. In many bacteria, UTP and not CTP act as ATCase feedback inhibitor. In certain bacteria, UTP also inhibits aspartate transcarbamylase. ATP, however, stimulates the aspartate transcarbamylase activity. Carbamyl phosphate synthase 2 is the regulatory enzyme of pyrimidine synthesis in animals. It is activated by PRPP and ATP and inhibited by UDP and UTP. OMP decarboxylase inhibited by UMP and CMP also controls pyrimidine formation. In animals, CPS2 catalyzes the committed step in pyrimidine synthesis and serve as the focal point for allosteric regulations. Both UDP and UTP are the feedback inhibitors of CPS2, while PRPP and ATP are allosteric activators. With the exception of ATP, none of these compounds are substrates of CPS2 or of either of the two other enzymatic activities residing with it on the trifunctional polypeptides. You can see in this picture the whole pathway of the pyrimidine regulations in E. coli as well as in higher animals. We can compare the regulatory circuits governing pyrimidine synthesis in bacteria as well as in higher animals. You can see in this picture bicarbonate plus glutamine plus 2 ATP bicarbonate plus glutamine plus 2 ATP in the E. coli as well as carbamyl phosphate then goes to the chain reaction in which carbamyl aspartate is formed, and then at the end of the chain we will get CTP or cytidine phosphate. But whereas in higher animals this bicarbonate plus glutamine plus 2 ATP are utilized directly in the synthesis of carbamyl phosphate, then carbamyl aspartate is formed, and at the step of orotate to OMP formation PRPP is involved, and this can be a reverse reaction here, and this PRPP again can initiate the carbamyl phosphate formation, whereas in bacteria this not happen. So this is the regulatory mechanism that govern the pyrimidine synthesis in bacteria as well as in various animals. Dear students, the degradation of pyrimidine also occurs as well as purine. Like purines, free pyrimidines can be salvaged and recycled to form nucleotides through phosphoryl transferase reaction, similarly to those as discussed in earlier slides. Pyrimidine catabolism results in degradation of the pyrimidine ring to products and reminiscent of the original substrate, aspartate, carbon dioxide and ammonia formation occur. Beta-alanine can be recycled into the synthesis of coenzyme A. Similarly, catabolism of pyrimidine bases thymine or 5-methyl-uracil yields beta-amino isobutyric acid instead of beta-alanine. Dear students, what are the disorders of pyrimidine metabolism? Comparatively to purine metabolism, there are few disorders related to pyrimidine metabolism. The mainly two disorders are orotic aciduria and Reye's syndrome. You can see in this picture the structure of orotic acid. This syndrome or this disease is related to orotic acid and therefore it is named as orotic aciduria. What is orotic aciduria? It is a rare metabolic disorder which is characterized by the excretion of orotic acid in urine. Severe anemia occurred and retarded growth of the children also occur as a result of orotic aciduria. Excess amount of orotic acid is excreted in urine instead of utilization inside the body. It is due to the deficiency of the enzymes orotate phosphoribosyl transferase and OMP decarboxylase of pyrimidine synthesis. This dysfunctioning or the deficiency of this enzyme causes the production of excess amount of orotic acid which is get excreted through urine. Both these enzymes activities are present on a single protein as domains. For example, biofunctional enzyme disorder. Orotic aciduria is a defect in de novo synthesis of pyrimidines. It is because of the loss of functional UMP synthase, and the genes for this disorder are located on chromosome 3. It is characterized by the excretion of orotic acid through the urine from the person carrying this syndrome. It results in severe anemia and growth retardation. This is extremely rare syndrome, occurs in 15 cases of worldwide nowadays. It is treated by feeding UMP externally to the person carrying this syndrome. You can see the regulatory pathway or the production of orotic aciduria during the pyrimidine synthesis. Carbamyl phosphate undergoing various steps and it converted into orotate. This orotate is get converted into UMP then converted into UTP, but here at this step UMP synthesis do not work properly, and here the synthesis of pyrimidine nucleotides get stopped, and this orotate or orotic acid gets deposited in the body in excess amount instead of conversion into UMP and further UTP. This you can say this is a disease of UMP. No UMP is produced and excess orotate get excreted through the body in the form of orotic acid. This is the down regulatory pathway through the feedback inhibition when less orotate formation occur. If there is the formation of UMP started, then this orotate excess can be decreased by the addition of UMP externally. So as a cure of this disease, or the negative feedback of this disease, is that we give the patient external UMP as a medicine. So this orotate is get utilized again for the formation of UMP, and this UMP then starts synthesizing UTP. So this feedback inhibition can be the treatment of this orotic aciduria condition. Two orotic acidurias with occur like in hyperammonemia condition. In this condition, no megaloblastic anemia occur, and this pathway is urea cycle and enzyme deficiency. Second one is megaloblastic anemia. In both these conditions, orotic aciduria occur. In second condition of megaloblastic anemia, no hyperammonemia occur, and its pathway is pyrimidine synthesis and enzyme deficiency, for example deficiency of UMP synthase. Dear students, the treatment of this disorder is the feeding diet rich in uridine or cytidine is an effective treatment of orotic aciduria. These compounds provide pyrimidine nucleotides that are required for DNA and RNA synthesis. Second one, the syndrome that is related, or second disease that is related to pyrimidine synthesis or dysregulation of pyrimidine synthesis can lead to Reye's syndrome. What is Reye's syndrome? It is considered as a secondary orotic aciduria as a result of the production of primary orotic aciduria. It is believed that a defect in ornithine transcarbamylase of urea cycle causes the accumulation of carbamyl phosphate. This is then diverted from the increased synthesis and excretion of orotic acid occur. You can see as a result of Reye's syndrome, it is extremely rare syndrome and it occurs in the children in the age 4 to 12. Its encephalopathy occur as well as liver damage occur, brain dysfunctioning occur, inflammation and the swelling of brain occur as a result of Reye's syndrome. But luckily, these both syndromes, Reye's syndrome and infantile autism, are very, very rare. In Reye's syndrome, it has been noted to actually work in the ages of 1 to 4. However, because of how swiftly lethal the disease can be, many do not have a chances to notice the development process of the disease. So this disease mainly appear from the children from 4 to 12 age, but because its symptoms are not clear, so it cannot be diagnosed under the age of 4. Some general symptoms of Reye's syndrome include frequent vomiting, lethargy, extensor spasms, decelerate rigidity, abnormal speech, and the sudden difficulty with hearing and vision problems. Often because of this syndrome, Reye's syndrome can be diagnosed as something else such as meningitis, encephalopathy, drug overdose, sudden infant death, toxin ingestion, head trauma, renal or hepatic failure, poisoning, etc. etc. There are various stages of encephalopathy that is related with Reye's syndrome. In the first stage, there is the sleepy and vomiting condition of the patient occur. In the second stage, seizures and in the third stage there may be coma and decreased responses, no pupillary reflex. In fourth step, no deep reflexes occur. In the fifth step, ultimately the patient die. Inflammation and the swelling of the brain occur and the brain dysfunctioning started from observation of the age of 4th. Dear student, it is said that aspirin is contraindicated in children. In Reye syndrome, it can be fatal, and they choose acetaminophen instead of aspirin. So, to treat alkalinized urine to help excrete aspirin. So, aspirin causes Reye syndrome, it was observed, and it can also cause the hepatitis of the liver as well as cerebral edema and confusions and convulsions in the brains, etc. Dear students, this was all about the regulations of purine and pyrimidine synthesis as well as disorders related with purine and pyrimidine. These are the references, these are the reference books and the references of the websites. You can also study these books. You can also browse this website for the updated material about the purine and pyrimidine syndrome. Thank you for listening me. Good luck and Allah Hafiz.